Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to assembled devotees. Thank you all for joining today's class, and we are so fortunate to have Sridevimataji with us, who is going to enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, and verse number 14. Mataji has joined with us, and thank you all for waiting. Sorry for the delay. And Sridevi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I'm going to share my screen now for you.
Dear Sukavaha and dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our Gurudev. And I humbly apologize. I knew I was going to be a little late, but I forgot to tell the host. I'm so sorry about that. And thankfully, just as I was trying to get on the call, she also called me, so I could reassure her I'm joining now. And thank you for your patience in waiting for the class. And now I humbly seek your blessings, because the Vaishnav's blessings are very, very powerful. And so I offer my obeisances to you again and again, and pray to you that you may empower me by your mercy. I may be able to do this service nicely and speak something that's truthful, beneficial, pleasing, and strictly in accord with the Vedic conclusions. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So, as Her Grace Sukhavah Mataji correctly said, we are in the second canto, chapter 3, verse number 14, and the verse is here on the board. But before that, we will chant the invocation prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Prayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Chandramauli Swami Niti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, we are in the second canto, and Srila Prabhupada said, I have put everything into the first canto and the second canto, because Srila Prabhupada didn't know at that point how long he had left to live. He wanted to give everything. And so these two cantos, which are the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, are really packed with everything that we need to become Krishna conscious in one sense. And we are here speaking about the sages, because the sages are listening to Sutta Goswami. And actually from this point, just one verse before, it is Shaundak Rishi who is speaking over here. All this time who was speaking? Shukadev Goswami was speaking to Maharaj Parikshit. That conversation we were hearing, but actually we are hearing this conversation within another conversation where the sages at Naimisharanya, who had gathered together to perform 1,000-year sacrifice to combat the ill effects of Kali, were now listening to Sutta Goswami, whom they had elected to speak because he had attended that first discourse which took place on the banks of the Yamuna, some say Ganga, and where King Parikshit was asking so many wonderful questions, and Shukadev Goswami, being greatly enlivened, was answering him. So we are hearing one conversation in another conversation. Here we go. Eta chushru shatam vidvan Sutanor bhasitum Katha hari kato darkaha Katha hari kato darka Satam Siu Sadasi Dhruvam. Translation. O learned Sutta Goswami, please continue to explain such topics to us because we are all eager to hear. Besides that, topics which result in the discussion of the Lord Hari should certainly be discussed in the assembly of devotees. Purport. As we have already quoted above from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu of Rupa Goswami, even mundane things, if dovetailed in the service of the Lord Sri Krishna, are accepted as transcendental. For example, the epics or the histories of Ramayana and Mahabharata, which are specifically recommended for the less intelligent classes, women, Shudras, and unworthy sons of the higher castes, that means the Dvija Bandhus, are also accepted as Vedic literature because they are compiled in connection with the activities of the Lord. Mahabharata is accepted as the fifth division of the Vedas after its first four divisions, namely Sama, Yajur, Rig, and Atharva. The less intelligent do not accept Mahabharata as part of the Vedas, but great sages and authorities accept it as the fifth division of the Vedas. Bhagavad Gita is also part of the Mahabharata, and it is full of the Lord's instruction for the less intelligent class of men. Some less intelligent men say that Bhagavad Gita is not meant for householders. But such foolish men forget that Bhagavad Gita was explained to Arjuna, who was a grihastha, a family man, and spoken by the Lord in his role as a grihastha. So Bhagavad Gita, although containing the high philosophy of Vedic wisdom, is for the beginners in the transcendental science, and Srimad Bhagavatam is for graduates and postgraduates in the transcendental science. Therefore, literatures like Mahabharata, the Puranas, and similar other literatures, which are full of the pastimes of the Lord, are all transcendental literatures, and they should be discussed with full confidence in the society of great devotees. The difficulty is that such literatures, when discussed by professional men, appear to be mundane literature like histories or epics because there are so many historical facts and figures. It is said here, therefore, that such literature should be discussed in the assembly of devotees. Unless they are discussed by devotees, such literatures cannot be relished by the higher class of men. So, the conclusion is that the Lord is not impersonal in the ultimate issue. He is the supreme person and he has his different activities. He is the leader of all living entities and he descends at his will and by his personal energy to reclaim the fallen souls. Thus, he plays exactly like the social, political, or religious leaders. Because such roles ultimately culminate in the discussion of topics of the Lord, all such preliminary topics are also transcendental. That is the way of spiritualizing the civic activities of human society. Men have inclinations for studying history and many other mundane literatures, stories, fiction, dramas, magazines, newspapers, etc. So let them be dovetailed with the transcendental service of the Lord, and all of them will turn to the topics relished by all devotees. The propaganda that the Lord is impersonal, that he has no activity, and that he is a dumb stone without any name and form, has encouraged people to become godless, faithless demons, and the more they deviate from the transcendental activities of the Lord, the more they become accustomed to mundane activities that only clear their path to hell instead of return them home back to Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam begins from the history of the Pandavas with necessary politics and social activities, and yet Srimad Bhagavatam is said to be the Paramahamsa Samhita, or the Vedic literature meant for the topmost transcendentalists, and it describes Param Jnanam, the highest transcendental knowledge. Pure devotees of the Lord are all Paramahamsas, and they are like swans who know the art of sucking milk out of the mixture of milk and water. Om Ajnana Tibirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mano Bishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Gopagopina Shri Radha Krishna Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, who is speaking here? As we said, Shanak Rishi is asking Sutta Goswami. Please continue to talk on these topics of Lord Hari, which we are very eager to hear. Why are we very eager to hear? Because they are highly relishable. Why are they so relishable? Because they are full of nectar. Why are they full of nectar? Because they relate to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the source of all nectarian relishing rasas. Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And how should these topics be discussed? Only in the association of devotees. Srila Prabhupada warns us that such topics should not be heard from non-devotees. So you might ask, why not? The topic is pure because it is apaurushaya, it is not man-made, it cannot be contaminated by anything. All these topics are coming from the Supreme Lord Himself. So no matter who speaks it, the purity doesn't change. So what does it matter? But no, Srila Prabhupada warns us. He says, the milk that has been touched by the lips of a serpent should not be taken by the devotees because it becomes like poison. Because they are not surrendered to the Supreme Lord, because they do not understand the position of the Supreme Lord, because they are not engaged in devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Therefore, their mentality, their attitude, their thinking is contaminated by their own conditioning. You might say, oh, devotees are not pure. Devotees are also mixed. Devotees also have, conditioning. How we can listen then to devotees? Because they are not pure devotees. Not all of them are pure devotees. You might ask that question. Very good question. Yes, devotees may not be fully pure, but because they are speaking the words spoken and written by the pure devotee Srila Prabhupada, you are not hearing what the devotee is speaking, you are hearing what Srila Prabhupada is writing and speaking. And what is Srila Prabhupada writing and speaking? Nothing but Krishna. He said, I have not written these books. Krishna has dictated them and I have simply put them into words. So we are actually hearing from the pure devotee of the Lord, no matter who is speaking. In one sense, we say that Srila Prabhupada is giving class, not me, because it is true. We are simply speaking what the pure devotee has spoken. So, just to make it very clear why such topics should be discussed in the association of devotees is for this reason, because devotees, however impure, however mixed, however neophyte, whatever, they have surrendered to the Lord. They have understood their position. We are nothing but servitors of the Lord, and only the Lord is Lord. Ekale Ishvara Krishna, Ara Sababhritya. There is only one Ishvara Krishna, and everyone else is a servant. This basic fact is understood by even the most neophyte devotee, and therefore, because the thinking is correct, the attitude is correct, and the mentality is correct, and the service attitude is there, therefore, we can listen to these topics, and we must listen to the topics in the assembly of devotees. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha becomes very relishable. What does Krishna say in the Bhagavad Gita? chapter 10, verse number 9. Machita matagat prana bodayantascha parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. These topics are very relishable, and the devotees enjoy hearing these relishable topics because they're full of rasas. Let's go to that particular verse, my dear Sukhavaha, if you don't mind. Bhagavad Gita 10:9.
Okay. Give me 2 minutes, yeah?
Yeah. These 4 verses of the Bhagavad Gita are called the nutshell verses because they encompass actually the most essential meaning, purpose, and essence of the Bhagavad Gita. So these 4, 10:8 to 10.
Oh, sorry, 10:8, yeah, sorry.
10:9.
10.
Chapter 10.
Yeah, chapter
number 9. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Machita matagat prana bodayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. You see how this wonderful explanation is given by Krishna himself, because it is very satisfying. It gives great bliss to speak about the Lord, enlighten each other about Krishna. There's also another very beautiful verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam, where it is said that when topics of the Supreme Lord are discussed, temporarily the audience completely forgets all their anxieties, they forget all their envy of each other, and for that much time at least they're merged into that ocean of bliss of hearing Krishna Katha. So therefore we want to always be hearing Krishna Katha so that we'll always be merged in the ocean of bliss. Okay, so let's go back to the main verse. This was just to illustrate to you the importance of hearing Krishna Katha in the association of devotees. The first paragraph, please, of the purport. We are still on the first paragraph. Yeah. So here, Srila Prabhupada says that whatever is connected to Krishna becomes relishable. Srila Prabhupada also explained why are we talking of the battle of Kurukshetra in the Bhagavad Gita. Some people say, why we are talking about this king, that king, this one, Duryodhan, Bhima, this one, that one. I'm sorry, Duryodhana, Karna, Dhritarashtra, all of them. Why? Because they are connected to Krishna. Krishna was there on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and he was advising his devotee Arjun how to fight the battle. So therefore, the Kurukshetra war, because it's connected to Krishna, immediately becomes relishable for devotees. Even though we have to also talk about such non-devotees, in one sense you can, yeah, they were non-devotees because they were against the Lord. Therefore, Krishna came to re-establish the principles of religion. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha duskritam, dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Yada yada hi dharmasya, those 2 verses actually are like twin verses, 4:7 and 4:8. They go together. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam shrijamyaham. Whenever and wherever there are discrepancies in the practice of religion, where there is a predominant rise of religion, I myself descend millennium after millennium to deliver the pious, to annihilate the miscreants, and to re-establish the principles of religion, I advent myself. That's what Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so in the beginning, the Vedas were just one solid Veda, and people simply understood it by oral reception and by oral transmission. They were so powerful that simply by hearing it, they could understand, assimilate, memorize, and they had no need of any written books or anything like that. But Vyasadeva, understanding how fallen we are in this age of Kali, put it down to paper And then he also divided the Vedas into four: Yajurved, Samaved, Rigved, Atharva Ved, just for the understanding of the less intelligent class of people in this age of Kali. Now we have the Itihasas, we have the Puranas, we have the Upanishads and Vedangas and all these other things. So what about them? So Srila Prabhupada is explaining they are all Vedic literature because they are connected to the Supreme Lord. Mahabharata is considered the fifth Veda, and though some less intelligent people may not accept it as such, we accept it because the great sages and authorities have accepted it as such. And Bhagavad Gita is within the Mahabharata because Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And it is the basic, it is like your Srila Prabhupada said, BA, MA, PhD, like that. This is the basic science, basics in the transcendental science. This is the preliminary study. Bhagavad Gita is the first, book we study as we come into Krishna consciousness, and then we go on to Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and all the higher literatures. So Bhagavad Gita is a very preliminary study of the transcendental science, and it is meant for beginners. So at least we should become conversant with the Bhagavad Gita, at least. And then, of course, we can progress to all the higher literatures. So now you might say, why less intelligent? Women are less intelligent? Since when? Here Srila Prabhupada explains that women in Krishna consciousness are as intelligent as their brothers. Don't worry. And he said, if you associate with these women, you'll go back home, back to Godhead. But on the material platform, yes. On the material platform, women are considered to have an inferior birth. This is explained in the Shastras also, because by nature, a woman's nature is to be more emotional and less thoughtful or less discriminatory, let's put it that way. Like how Mother Sita, when she saw Ravana, she was overcome by compassion because he put on a show. And that's how he was able to pull her out of that Lakshman Rekha and capture her. So it's not something to wonder at, because this is how the women class is made by the Lord, to be dependent on the stronger class of society, which is the men, who are supposed to protect the women, children, elderly, cows, and brahmanas. This is the role, because women are more vulnerable by nature, being softer, being more compassionate. They need protection. So, women, Shudras, and Anvadi sons mean Dvija Bandhus, those who have not taken the pains to take shelter of a spiritual master, those who have not taken initiation, those who have not engaged in the study of the Vedas. They are called Anvadi son of the higher caste, or Dvija Bandhus. So, for them, this is like a story, reading Mahabharata, reading Ramayana. Especially in the olden days in India, people would gather together in the evening and hear these stories, because this was the way simple, ordinary, many times illiterate people stayed connected with the Lord, because they didn't have so much intelligence, nor did they have knowledge. Many of them did not have literacy skills. So what about them? They cannot study Vedas. And so therefore, the Lord in his compassion carried out these pastimes. And he says this, I come down to this material world, I perform my pastimes just to attract the conditioned souls. Conditioned souls are attracted to something. It is in our nature to adore, to revere, to worship something higher, something better, something purer, something that is full of wonder. It's in our nature to do that. That's our nature, to offer worship to a higher power. We can't escape that. Unfortunately, because people do not know who is that higher power, today we find in the world people running after rock stars, athletic stars, music stars, movie stars, television stars, this star, that star. And then you find these are just, fallible creatures making one scandal after another or landing up in jail or doing something, scandalous, and they have no morals, no scruples, many of them, not all, and they have absolutely no idea of spiritual life, many of them. but rarely they do. Look at our George Harrison. He was a very famous performer, but he was also a highly spiritual personality. So that can happen sometimes. But in general, the class of people today who are in the limelight, very poor class, no intelligence, no morals, no scruples, no religious principles, and therefore animalistic life. And people follow these people. They read all those tabloid magazines. They go from one, gossip column to another. What did this person do? What did that person do? What did that person do? And they relish all these pastimes of these people. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada is saying, anyway, you have to read something. Anyway, you have to discuss something. Anyway, you're going to get attracted to something. Why not get attracted to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Huh? Why not? Krishna is the strongest, he's the wealthiest, he's the most beautiful, he's the most famous, he's the most renounced, and he's the wisest. Full of six opulences. That's why he's called Bhagavan. Okay, let's go to the second paragraph so that we stick to the matter and I don't, with my wild mind, go off somewhere else. So let's stick to the purport and discuss those points. Yeah. Therefore, such literature should be discussed in the assembly of devotees. Men have inclinations for studying other things, mundane literatures. Instead, let it be dovetailed in the service of the Lord, and that way it becomes purifying, relishable, elevating, and takes one closer to the goal of life, which is Krishna Prema, Prema Pumartha Mahan. Srila Prabhupada said, you have to think of something, think of Krishna. You have to love someone, love Krishna. Huh? My sweet Lord, I really want to see you. I really want to be with you. But it takes so long, my Lord. Such a beautiful song. George Harrison, he said, if there is a God, I want to see him. I want to be with him. His search was very real and genuine. And therefore, Krishna reciprocated with him because he was looking for the real thing. He didn't want to be cheated. So we also don't want to be cheated. That is why we have come to Krishna consciousness, because we have found the real thing. Now, there is one more danger. Those who are transcendentalists are of three kinds. The karmis are not transcendentalists, but you have the yogis, the jnanis, and the bhaktas. Now, the bhaktas know the Lord in full. They know him as Bhagavan. But the impersonalists only know the Lord in his impersonal feature. That is, the effulgent rays emanating from his body. They say the form of the Lord is material. And we say, no, it's not material because the Lord has no material form. He's completely transcendental. Look at his activities. Look at the absolutely wonderful way he appeared in a jail. In a four-handed form, bedecked with jewels, crowns, amulets, bracelets, rings, necklaces, shining, effulgent. And then he turned himself from a four-armed, which baby is born like that? And then he turned himself into an ordinary child to be carried across the river Yamuna and deposited there. And miraculously, all the guards fell asleep. The chains fell off. The doors of the prison opened. Lo and behold, the Yamuna, which was in flood, parted with her river. But the river parted ways so that Vasudev could cross. And Ananta Shesh came to protect the Lord. How all these wonderful things can happen to an ordinary child? Not possible. And then after that, when he's a baby, he kills Putana, newborn baby. Which newborn baby can kill a huge demon 12 miles long and 8 miles wide or something like that? Is it possible? No. Trinavarta, another huge demon. Shakatasura, who came as the cart demon. Arishtasur, Bakasur. How many demons came one after another, and Krishna finished all of them in the twinkling of an eye. Just as a little baby boy of 6 or 7, he lifted Govardhan Hill, and he kept lifting it up on his little little finger for 7 days and 7 nights. Which child can do that? Not possible. Only the Supreme Lord. And he wasn't fatigued. He wasn't tired. He was enjoying himself because all the Brajvasis were with him. And they were in complete rapture and bliss because now they were getting to see their Supreme Lord without any interruption continuously for 7 days and 7 nights. They were in complete bliss because of that. And the thunder and the lightning and the sheets of rain and the hailstones and the water, nothing made a difference because here's the Supreme Lord giving them full shelter, taking care of them. They didn't think about anything except Krishna. So we also want to reach that point when we become fully absorbed in Krishna. We're thinking of nothing but Krishna. We're completely engaged in his service and we're simply lost in love of Krishna. That is our actual position. Ultimately, the spirit soul needs only Krishna. And the spirit soul is actually completely in love with Krishna and every moment serving Krishna without interruption, without motivation. Anya vilashita shunyam jnana karmadhi anavritam anukulyena Krishna anushilanam bhaktir uttama. Unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service that is favorable to the Supreme Lord. So, this propaganda that the Lord is impersonal, we reject that completely. We say, no, the Lord has a beautiful form. Govindam Adi Purusham, Venum Kanantam Aravinda Dalayataksham, Vadhavatamsam Asitam Buddha Sundarangam, Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham, Govindam Adi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on the flute, with head decked with peacock feather, who has a figure of beauty with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and whose unique loveliness charms millions of cupids. How beautiful is Krishna! What a beautiful form he has, and how many loving exchanges he has. So we reject this completely. We protest vigorously and we say, no, the Lord has a form. Devotee doesn't want to hear all this nonsense. This is just an offense. Lord has no form, he has no hands, he has no legs, he has no eyes, he's just formless. Nonsense. We say nothing doing. We are not going to hear all this nonsense. We are not going to agree to that. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada was very strong about this. He said, because of these impersonalists, the temples have become empty. India is turning towards more and more towards godlessness because they've driven out people out of the temples with this impersonalist idea. And that's how the whole ruination has happened because people have become godless. And then they turn to all this hackneyed, mundane, rubbish, nonsense stuff, and they clear their path to hell because they have to do something. And then the soul gets attracted because it's in the material body to all kinds of addictions, all kinds of nonsense, and the taste goes lower and lower and lower. And people lose that higher taste, which was there even 100 years ago. In my grandmother's time, they were very pious and very devoted to the Lord. And when they had to instruct, they would speak the stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata. I remember even today, my grandmother, if she had to correct me about something, she will relate a pastime from Ramayana just to make a point and teach us in that way. So this was the culture, but it is slowly going worse, from bad to worse. And today, if you look at India, 20 years ago, when I left India, it was very different. Now I'm coming back to an India, which is just like London, Paris, New York, any such place with the girls wearing such unchaste clothing, the boys doing whatever. Kali Yuga full force. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada was very strong that Krishna is a person and you should surrender unto him and you should worship him. He was very much against these impersonalists because they have ruined everything, especially the culture. The Vedic culture of India has been lost because of the impersonalists. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada has given the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the Paramahamsa Samhita, the topmost literature, because it is full of the pastimes of the Lord and only of the Lord, and only speaks about pure devotional service, kicking out all cheating religions. It gives the highest transcendental knowledge, and pure devotees of the Lord They take this nectar, reject all the nonsensical stuff out there, and simply relish this pure nectar, just like the swans who know how to take the milk out of a mixture of milk and water. So this is called Paramahamsa Samhita, a Vedic literatures meant for the topmost transcendentalists. And by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we are getting to hear, we are getting to read, we are getting to study this wonderful transcendental literature, which we would not have any access to but for Srila Prabhupada's mercy. We are not Sanskrit scholars. We don't even know Sanskrit. If somebody had even given us the book, we wouldn't know what to do with it. But Srila Prabhupada has mercifully translated it into English. Not only translated it into English, but he has translated it in such a way that the ordinary person can understand it. This is a great, marvelous, miraculous feat, because these literatures are very difficult to understand, but Srila Prabhupada has made it very easy for us to understand. So we offer all our obeisances to Srila Prabhupada and we say, thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Because of your mercy, today we are relishing the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. Because of you, we are relishing the beautiful, gorgeous form of Krishna in the temple. And if you look at the history of India, you will find that all the great saints, all the great sages, they extolled the beauty of Krishna, they engaged in his worship, and they wrote about the beautiful pastimes of Krishna and gave us this form of Krishna, the beautiful threefold bending form with flute, with figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds. There's a very nice song deriding this concept of impersonal liberation. It's in Hindi. It goes like this. कौन के अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं मीरा के जैसे तुम बुलाते नहीं मीरा के जैसे तुम बुलाते नहीं who says Krishna God doesn't come? That's the meaning of it. You don't call him like how Meera called him. कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं शबरी की तरह तुम खिलाते नहीं शबरी की तरह तुम खिलाते नहीं Who is Shabri? She's a great devotee of the Lord. She loved the Lord so much that she went into old age, many years waiting because her Guru Maharaj had told her, one day Lord Ram will come. And so every day she would go into the forest and collect berries. Maybe today my Lord Krishna will come. Maybe today my Lord Ram will come. And she would faithfully come bringing all the berries home. But even that day, but she would not stop. Every day she would go out, collect the berries and bring. But one fine day, Lord Ram did come. And you know what Shabri had done? She had tasted the berries. She would take a little, berry in her mouth. She would just bite into it. If it was sweet, she would put it in her basket. If it was bitter, she would throw it away. So like this, she had collected all the berries and then she offered it to Lord Ram. Lakshman is looking at it and saying, what is these half-bitten berries? And Lord Ram is relishing them. He's eating them with great gusto. And Lakshman is shocked. First and foremost, somebody has bitten into it. This is my Lord Ram. And he's eaten this. But Shabri had not even a tinge of material enjoyment of those berries. She tasted that berries out of pure love for Lord Ram, wanting only the best and the sweetest berries to go to him. So later on, Lakshman is asking, my Lord Ram, how could you eat those berries? She had bitten into them. She had chewed and seen how it is, and then she's giving it to you. And Lord Ram said, you saw the half-bitten berries, but I was tasting her love. This is how much the Lord loves his devotee. And this is how much Shabri loved the Lord. कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं. Huh? Who says Krishna doesn't dance? Who says God doesn't dance? You don't make him dance like the gopis. That doesn't mean he doesn't dance. So very personal, very loving relationship. Can you make God dance? No. It's pure love of the gopis that makes him dance. And he dances with them with great love, with great abandon. Same way, कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं, यशोदा की तरह तुम सुलाते नहीं. Huh? Out of pure motherly love, she's putting her little baby Krishna to sleep. She's singing him lullabies. She's offering him all beautiful toys. And she's singing to him, my little baby, my little Lala, my little Kanhaiya, please go to sleep. You must be so tired. And she's swinging the cradle and singing beautiful songs with her heart melting with love for Krishna. And so he goes to sleep like a little baby boy listening to Mama. So you see over here how personal the Lord is. The Lord is a person. And we are so lucky that we are getting to develop our relationship with Krishna simply by the mercy of Guru and Srila Prabhupada. So we must be very clear in our understanding so that we can defeat all these atheists, voidists, nihilists, materialistic people, all these people who are against the Lord, who are waiting to destroy this Krishna consciousness movement. We must fearlessly say, we know God is a person, his name is Krishna, and by engaging in his worship, we are getting to know him more and more. And Srila Prabhupada says, no, to know him is to love him. So this is what we are trying to do in the process of bhakti. And one day we will all be singing and dancing with Krishna in the spiritual world, with the gopas and the gopis, and all of us will be saying Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Balaram in Golok Vrindavan. Thank you all very much for listening so patiently. We can now open up for questions, comments, corrections, criticisms. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for another lovely and pure transcendental class. I was like literally in tears when you started singing that song as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mataji. I always appreciate your class. Today you just we drawn everyone into the transcendental bliss. And guess what, while you were giving me the class, I received something which is so important. I wanted to share this with you. Where did I put it?
Please do.
Yeah, look, I got this with the message saying this is the garland worn by Guru Maharaj from Radhadasi Mataji saying thank you.
Wow. See how personal. See how personal.
Yeah, I know. This Narsinga Kavacham, booklet it. And this is the garland Guru Maharaj is wore it.
Wow. So sweet. So sweet. And someone has
best gift ever, isn't it, for my Diwali?
Yes, yes. Who has sent it to you from Radha Desh?
Radha Dasi. Do you know Radha Dasi Mataji, who does the book distribution in the prison for Guru Maharaj?
No, maybe
in London, devotee in London. She distributes all the Bhagavad Gita and books to all the prisons here. I just helped a little bit, not much, but
but just see how lovingly she has reciprocated with you and sent you something so dear to you, Guru Maharaj's garland. How lucky you are. How dear you are to Guru Maharaj. Wow. Best Diwali gift ever. Yes, I agree.
I think Aarti Mataji has got the question. Dear devotees, please put on your video if you can. It'll be so nice for Mataji to see you all and talk to you and interact with you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Aarti Mataji, please ask the question.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev, and all glories to you, Mataji.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Aarti. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our Guru Maharaj.
Mataji, as today's class was so wonderful, and I really love you. Mataji, just I had a question that how we when we interact with devotees, like it is said that the devotees association matters most, but how do we know that this devotee is a good one, and like some devotees like how we know that this is the devotee we can be associated?
Yeah, very good question. Especially in this age of Kali, we need to be very careful because the demons are also taking birth in our movement and coming as Kali Chelas. Yeah? They pretend to be devotees. They wear kanti mala, they wear shika, they wear dhoti kurta, but their agenda is disruption, chaos, confusion, disharmony. So yeah, how do we discriminate? How will we take care to associate with the right devotees? Well, when we go to the temple, we need to observe, we need to see who has been in the temple and serving the Lord nicely, who has a good reputation among devotees, whom do other devotees go to for shelter, for advice, for help. Those who have a good reputation, those who have strong, solid sadhana, and those who are genuinely helpful, kind, loving, polite, friendly, basically in the mode of goodness at least, then we can think of, taking their shelter, associating with them, and following their instructions. We must know whom to take shelter of also. We can't just go and make friends with anyone. So we must be careful when we come into the temple. We must spend some time in observing people. We can be kind, we can be polite, we can be friendly, but we don't have to get overly involved with someone until we know them well. And that takes time. It takes time to get to know people. But you can ask other devotees, you can ask your friends, like whom are they taking shelter of, whom are they friendly with, who is having a good reputation, and then you can be sure that you're safe.
uh, yes, Mataji, but still like if you ask some other devotee that how about that devotee, it doesn't uh, make them offense, like I am doing something wrong, asking the devotees about some other devotees about their nature.
Yeah, we don't want to ask like that so bluntly, how about this devotee, how about that devotee? But as you're speaking, in the course of conversation, in the course of speaking, you're sitting together and having prasadam, and then, you come to know things, you come to get to know things. So, like that, little by little, you come to know who is a devotee whom other devotees look up to, who is a devotee whom others are taking shelter of. Generally speaking, people in position of leadership, like the temple president, the vice president, the temple commander, they are all people of reputation, and they are people who have stood the test of time. They are people who are solid in their sadhana, in their steady in their services. So you can take shelter of the leaders of that particular yatra, and you can take their guidance also. You can say, I'm looking for a mentor, I'm looking for someone to guide me in spiritual life. Can you please recommend some nice Mataji for me? Like that, you can make inquiries from the leaders of your yatra, and they will guide you. You don't have to search on your own. That is, always difficult.
uh, yes, Mataji, that makes sense. Thank you so much, Mataji. You mean to say that I should be like very slow before judging anyone, that okay, this is a very nice devotee, and later on I got ditched, so I should be very slow?
Not super slow that you take years and years and years and years. You can take a few months to get to see people and know people, at least 3 months, the first 3 months of just joining a temple or attending programs. At least first 3 months should be spent in observing, seeing, getting to know people, them getting to know you. Then over the next 3 months, you can start thinking of, okay, who are the mentors in this community? Then observe them. Then you can approach after 6 months your temple president and say, I think I want to take shelter. I've heard that these people are mentors. Can you please guide me? I want someone who will help me in my spirit. So at least 6 months to a year, you can give yourself that much time to what do you think, Sukavaha? Sukavaha has also been around in Krishna consciousness for a long time. Soumyadatri also, she in fact was heading up the Mataji ashram. So maybe both of you can also share your viewpoints.
Yeah, Mataji, whatever you said, Sridevi Mataji said was absolutely right. Just observing the devotee, how they, main thing we are looking into the devotees, are they connected to Krishna? Every time, whenever they speak, are they talking about Krishna? If they are not into the mundane talks and mundane activities, they are the good devotees. And if you are associating with them, I'm definitely you get the benefit. That's all I can say. And whatever Sridevi Mataji said is right. Soumyadatri Mataji is more senior to me. Please, Soumya.
Yes,
if
she's
you
more
can
senior to me also. Please, Soumyadatri, give us your wisdom.
Hare Krishna, yeah, it's all good as you said, and take time, always take time and observe and be patient, and then we always see positive side.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, for all your guidance and making myself very clear now about this. Thank you so much. Very grateful to you all.
Very grateful to
Yeah.
you for
Yeah,
giving us
thank
an
you.
opportunity to serve you and help you on this journey of Krishna consciousness.
No, Mataji, I'm very grateful to be in association with all of you. I really need this. I really need this guidance, and I really need to be in touch with you, Mataji, because I know I am such a fool.
No,
I
you're
really
Me
need.
too.
no, you're not. You are asking such a lovely question. How can you be full? Don't take yourself like
No,
that.
I'm talking about me.
No.
Thank you.
It's nice to be humble. Don't worry. Krishna is protecting you, taking care of you. That's how you got Guru Maharaj's mercy. Once you come under Guru Maharaj's mercy, don't you worry. Don't you worry about a thing. You're safe.
Yeah, yes, Mataji, like you are very true. When I came to start knowing about Guru Maharaj, and then I get associated with all of you, and my life is like, uh, uh, it makes sense now. Everything makes sense now.
Haribo. Jai
Where are
Guru
you based, Aarti
Maharaj.
Mataji?
Sorry, Mataji,
Where are you based?
in Detroit, Mataji, Michigan.
Okay. There will be some devotees of Guru Maharaj there, isn't it? Sridevi?
Yes, Rasa Virashni Mataji, she's such a polite.
Oh, that's
very
brilliant.
sweet.
You have got such a great association.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, she's got that whole strong hold of Krishna consciousness over there. Because all those Farmington Hill devotees, Bal Krishna, Rasa Vilasini, then we have Amrita Sundari, then we have who else? Anand Sagar, Rasa Vilasini's husband. All of them are from that place.
Yes, Mataji, they are best. They're really very, very, very sweet, Mataji. Amrita Sundari Mataji, Rasa Vilasini Mataji, and Bala Prabhu. When I see Bala Prabhu, he's always so energetic that you cannot stop dancing when you see him. He's always so
Wonderful
energetic.
association for you, Jai. Very nice to hear, Auntie. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji,
Srimati
thank
Mataji is waiting patiently. Let's go to
you
her.
so much, Mataji.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Oh, okay.
Please accept my humble
Oh,
greetings.
we have the
All
good
goes to Srila
fortune of
Prabhupada.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Guru Maharaj, and all goes to all assembled devotees here. Mataji, I
Please
have.
accept my humble obeisances, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to our Gurudev. Just saying your name makes us all so happy.
That's the mercy Guru Maharaj given to me, Mataji. I experience that, whenever I say anybody asks my name, when I say that, I see a tinge of we can't forget that name, so. Guru Maharaj mercy. Mataji, I have a question. This is mainly about disciples association and the devotees association. And when you are doing any service in temples or anywhere, we get to associate with senior devotees and devotees who you think are contemporary with along with you, and some of them who are new to Krishna conscious. So when you are doing the service, sometimes, at least personally for me, when I look at some of the senior devotees whom I think, they got good service or doing something more than what I wanted to do. And when I see somebody who doesn't have the service, I have the service, but they don't have it. So my question is, I may call it as a jealousy, envy, or a little bit of pride, but not hurting them. So will that be considered as a Vaishnava aparadh, even though it's happening in my heart and I realize that it's happening, and then I kind of say that, no, this is not supposed to be thought like that. Just do the service and if possible help. It's not like I'm not going to help them, but sometimes it comes like, hey, if I had that service, it would have been, why him? That kind of a tendency thought when it comes, like, is that also without telling the devotee it's a Vaishnava aparadh? That's my question.
Well, in Kali, we do not get any reaction. We do not get any reaction for thinking. As long as we do not act offensively, like you don't go and punch that guy and say, why you got this service, why not me? You're safe. In the sense that there is no reaction for bad thoughts in Kali Yuga. And there is benefits, spiritual benefits, just for thinking good thoughts. So immediately try to flip it around and think, well, I didn't get this service, but this Prabhu or Mataji, whoever, they must be, really having some good qualities. That's why they got that service. Let me see, what is it that I need to learn from this devotee? What is it that I can get by observing them so that I can also grow in my devotional service? That is one way you can, flip it around. And to feel proud, oh, look, I got this service. I'm very qualified now. That's why I got this service. Well, 15 years ago, we were at that point where that young neophyte was.
Yes.
And because we have, slowly progressed, we have applied ourselves to the philosophy, we have chanted our rounds, followed Guru Maharaj, served. That's how we have reached the point today. So they will also reach the point where you are at now, eventually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there is no need to feel, proud or, feel great, because one day they will also come to that point and
Yes.
we will also be progressing more. So there's no need to either feel low about ourselves or high about ourselves, because we are all in a journey.
Yeah.
And where I was 15 years ago, I'm not there anymore. And where I will be 15 years from now, who knows? But at least I'm here now.
Yeah.
And let me try to learn and try to improve myself. So don't worry about thoughts. They will not bring any bad reaction. But try to change even the thoughts, because thoughts are like, little seeds. If you water them more and more, they will grow. So nip it in the bud right now, just push it off out of your consciousness. That will keep you safe.
Thank you, Mataji. It's as you said, it's more on looking at the other senior devotees mainly, and who are having the services. Then it comes out of that thought, because, hey, I should have come a little bit earlier into Krishna consciousness. I think because this devotee has been for a long time, so that's why he is there. It starts like a thought, that one. So I don't know whether that's going to go into like envy, but I try to stop it. But with that thought, I kind of think again, am I doing the aparadh? Even though I'm thinking
No.
that was the question.
No, you're not doing aparadh. You're not doing aparadh, because like I said, you're not getting a reaction for thinking these things. But it's better to purify these thoughts so that it doesn't actually, and it disturbs us. It causes us to feel bad about ourselves. Now remember that you could have gone this entire lifetime without even coming to Krishna consciousness. At least you joined now.
Yeah. Yes.
Huh? So, and there are people who have joined in their 60s and 70s also in Krishna consciousness.
A lot of kids.
Anyone, a lot of people. What about them then? So don't compare that, oh, They joined earlier. I joined much later. We have joined at the right time because Krishna arranged, and that's how we joined. At least we joined. At least we joined. Even if we are 40 or 50, at least we joined. So it doesn't matter. There will always be someone better than us, and there will be always someone to whom you can show mercy. There are 3 levels, as we all know. So always somebody. So if we look at them and feel bad, we are actually causing disturbance to our own mind, and we're going to sit, lamenting and hankering, lamenting, hankering. So don't allow those thoughts to grow. Try to just say, okay, let me do the best I can with the service that is given to me now. Just like when you are in your corporate job, you started off at entry level. Then as you applied yourself, you got promotion after promotion after promotion after promotion, and you kept going higher, 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 higher. And now you're in a very good, same way in bhakti. We are all going to go in the same way, little by little. As long as we apply ourselves, we are going to progress. So don't worry. The goal is not so much here. The goal is to go back there.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay.
Very
Very
good.
good.
Thank you so much,
Very
Hare
good.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Next
Thank you.
question.
Very good. Nice question. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I can tell you one point, Prabhuji, which
Yes,
helped
Mataji. Sure,
me.
absolutely, absolutely.
Please.
I heard from the senior devotees, and even Guru Maharaj told me as well, that you don't know, that you think that devotee is neophyte, but you don't know what is his past,
We
So
should not.
never ever think that this devotee is neophyte. And that's where it opened up my eyes, that is so true. Because, when we studied the previous verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, that demigods, when they want to serve Krishna, they take a birth as a human being.
Yeah.
And those children, we think they're children, but they are actually, their past is demigods, So
Yeah.
we don't know where they are coming from. So whenever I think it's a neophyte, no, they are not neophyte. Who you
No.
don't know, they've come to Krishna. That means they've got some past which could be much more better than me.
Yeah.
So I don't feel anything. If they get better service than me also, it doesn't affect me now, because of that understanding which was given by Guru Maharaj and the other devotees, that who you don't know that person's past, and you don't know who that person is, the soul is. So just ignore that and you focus on your sadhana only. Then
Sure.
don't compare yourself with anyone, because if you try and compare, then you feel low sometimes or feel high. So don't compare.
Yeah,
Just
exactly. That's the
focus.
situation. Yeah.
And then don't judge anyone, because we are not the person to judge. So it helps me, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Sorry,
Wonderful.
Sridevimataji. I just wanted to share that.
Perfect. Very nice point.
Thank you.
Very
Hare
nice
Krishna.
point. In fact, actually, Srila Prabhupada said, do not be surprised to see how advanced the coming devotees will be.
Exactly.
He said that. And we see that, these youngsters, my God, the way they speak about Krishna, the way they carry out that mridanga playing, and you can see that they have a lot of, previous lifetimes, punya, karma, everything, devotional activities. They're probably already devotees for many lifetimes. They're just coming now to pick up from where they left off. And this is true because Lord Chaitanya, he has come and he's picking up the most fallen first. So we are the cleanup crew. The first few generations, we are just the cleanup crew. The real devotees are the 3rd generation. They are going to really take the movement very far. So as Sukhabaha said, don't worry. Someone may be high, someone may be low. Don't worry about that. Our aim is to purify ourselves and go back to Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much for both Matajis. Hare Krishna. And Pranam.
Samidatri, would you like to add something to this?
Yeah.
Samidatri, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear. It's all be said. Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
very nice. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you, Rasavilasini Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble blessing. All glory to Srila Prabhupada, glory to Guru Maharaj and Assembled devotees. Mataji, can I share my
Please accept
realization?
my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev, and all glories to our little Radha Vilasini Radha, who dances away and makes Gurudev very happy and Vaishnava very happy. Can't wait to see you dancing.
So,
Please go ahead.
Mataji, can I share my realization as Prabhuji asked the question that one?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Yes. Mataji, actually, what happened? That one Mataji, I didn't have a good relationship with the Mataji before because of some service issues. So I had asked for her forgiveness, and she forgave me. But I still felt guilty. A few days ago, when I was on backup service, she has done the night dressings for the deities, and I talked to her. She was still my heart at that time. But the next day, I saw how beautifully she had dressed the deities for Mangala Aarti. And I felt from within that I should praise her. So I sent her a message saying, because of all of you, we are able to have such wonderful darshan, and thanked her. She was very happy to see the message, and she reciprocated as well. So, as you mentioned, Mataji, we should focus on the seeing the good qualities, and I have seen the result of that. So, that's
Very
it
nice.
from
Very
my
nice.
side.
Bhakti in action. Radha Vilasini, go, go, go. Very nice to hear.
Yeah.
Jai.
Thank you for sharing, Mataji. Really nice.
Thank you.
Any
All
devotees,
glories to
any
you and Maharaj Mercy Mataji.
all glories to Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. That's their
Jai.
mercy. It's all their mercy.
100% correct.
We're so lucky to have this shelter, Imagine we don't feel like we are orphan.
Right.
We've got such a high heritage.
Very true. Well said.
Any other questions or realization? Anyone?
Corrections.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Love to hear.
Ridhanya always has some very nice philosophical question. Today she's very silent.
Who's that? Sorry.
Ridhanya.
Oh yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to you, and all glories to the assembled devotees. I mean, I was just thinking about the class that you gave. I mean, it was really good, like how you took us from, the first paragraph to the last paragraph. It was on a sequence. When you said the class was over, I was like, oh, is it? Like I was kind of totally lost. I was like kind of like listening like continuously, and then suddenly I saw the time and I was like, oh yeah, it is time. So it was really good, amazing class, and I really appreciate your service. It was really well done. I mean, I actually wanted to thank Sukavaha Mataji because, like last time, I asked a similar question to Guru Maharaj, like even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like even because his mother Sachimata thought had some grudge on Advaita Acharya, like because her first son went took sannyas because of him. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made her apologize to clear off the offense. I was asking Guru Maharaj, then I think about bad things, all the time. So yeah, what is going to happen to me? It's a case for the Supreme Personality of Godhead's mother, then I'm like nothing. So that during that time, Sukoha Mataji basically told me that I should think about the good qualities of the devotees, and I'm telling you that really helped me. Yeah, that really helped me a lot. Yeah, probably that's a good advice for, other devotees to who might have, the advice that she gave me. It was more practical, and at this point, I mean, I can say that I don't think more bad about anybody or anything. I can focus on their good qualities. Yeah.
Beautiful. Very
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you.
Very happy to hear this.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad that you following it. It did help me. And another thing, the Rasa Vilasini Mataji mentioned today that praising the other devotees, that is another good thing. If you find something good, just praise them on that thing, and then you will be so amazed that your relationship with the devotee becomes so close that it's beyond our imagination as well. Like praise them from a heart, not just for the sake of formalities, but like we see good quality in somebody and just praise them. Like you have got the very good quality of asking such a lovely questions. You read so much, You are amazing at this age. I must say that you're doing so well, Mataji.
No,
Compared to
Mataji,
compared
I
to what
still
I
have to do more good. Yeah, I need all your blessings to be honest. I'm just starting off. Yeah.
Your startup is really good. That's what
Yeah,
it is. It's
that's what's
brilliant. Keep it up.
keep it up. You're
Thank you
doing
so
great.
much, Mataji. But I have like one question that I always had in my mind.
That's what I was waiting for. Now we're talking business. Come on.
So recently, I actually saw a YouTube shorts, most likely from the Mayapur temple, because I recognize some devotees, who do kirtan from the temple. I've never been to Mayapur, so I'm not sure. But I saw a group of devotees who do good kirtan in YouTube, like actually singing Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the tune of a cinema song. Is that what our acharyas, I mean, like, is it good? Actually, I'm not sure. I mean, because when I heard that, my mind did not go to the Mahamantra, but it actually went to the music song, unfortunately. So, and I also see that there are so many YouTube channels like devotees have, they make their own lyrics and they, like put it in a like a cinema song or like a karmic song or some sort of music, and they preach. So, is that good? I'm not sure. So, I just wanted to bring that to discussion. Yeah.
It's interesting that you asked that. Once, one devotee, he observed Aindra Prabhu, and he was singing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in one film song style. So he was surprised. He said, Aindra Prabhu, you're singing the Mahamantra in this filmy tune. And you know what Mahendra Prabhu said? He said, yes, they have stolen all this from the Vedic literatures, from the Vedic songs. So now I'm stealing them back for Krishna. Of course, we like to, at least personally, I would like to stick to what Prabhupada has given us. Prabhupada had certain tunes, certain melodies to be sung at certain times of the day and so on. So Jayadvaita Maharaj has written a book, Kirtan Standards. It is best to actually follow the authorities. Whatever they say, we try to follow. Of course, there are always some innovators and some people who are trying to draw in the youth group, because today's youth are so scattered, they're so splayed out. Sometimes, preacher has to be a little, innovative to draw them in and, bring them closer to Krishna and so on. So we don't know exactly what is the rationale, why they are doing and so on. But in general, in the temple, most senior sannyasis, gurus, whoever is leading, they usually stick to, the standard melodies. That's what I have seen.
I see. Yeah, because it always kind of like itch my brain, like is it good? Is it bad? Because I sometimes like have the tendency to send, like YouTube, like kirtan videos to my mother, trying to make her Krishna conscious a little bit. So I was thinking, should I really, forward this video? So yeah, I was having this doubt. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Best to stick to the standard stalwart kirtaniyas like Sachinandan, Sachikumar, and the many standard Mayapur stalwarts, and best to, at least because your mother is also just probably coming into Krishna consciousness. So play it safe.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mataji. Yeah.
Even
Hare
that
Krishna.
reminds me of some funny stuff if I want to if I can share with you guys. What we used to do with my kids is when they were young, and they do sing their own songs, and to make them Krishna conscious, I used to ask them to put Mahamantra in that song tune. So, like, dovetailing that to the Krishna service. And then we used to have so much of fun, doing that. Like any song they'll think of, okay, mom, let's think of this song and let's do this way. Okay, how can we adjust the Mahamantra? And then they will try humming that song, and then they'll put the Mahamantra in there. So, in that way, if you're using it, I think it does help the person. But like if it is like in the mundane way, then it's not nice. But this was we used to play Antakshari like that as well. Now, select a song and then adjust the tune to Mahamantra. That's what we used to play before. And I do it sometimes till now as well. When I see them singing something, I say, oh, then I start humming and I start singing wrongly, Muhammad, and they say, no, mom, not this way, just put it this way. And then they will start singing Muhammad in that song.
Yeah, as a teaching tool at home, Mataji tried like that. So
It's not
yes,
very, very
I'm-
nice, but
no,
something.
for children, we have to do all kinds of things to pull them in. We can't be
Yeah.
very rigid with them. But in Ridhanya's case, her mother is a grown-up
No,
lady.
that's different thing.
So that's a different thing. She was sharing how they were doing it when her kids were small.
Yeah.
Cute.
This was fun. Like it was a fun game. That's why I wanted to share with you that this is what we used to do as well before. But yeah, now it is all proper tunes of, they will see which singer is nice and then they will sing that way. Aarti Mataji, please.
Mataji, Mataji, can I message you personally?
Yeah, me or Sridevi Mataji.
Both the Matajis, you and Sridevi Mataji, you both are wonderful Matajis. And after asking the questions, I was just thinking why I'm just acting so stupid if I got this association. There are two wonderful Matajis in front of me, and still I'm looking somewhere here and there. Doesn't make any sense. So can I?
I think it's best for you to connect with Sukhavaha Mataji for one thing, because I'm up to my ears in various services. And I have a Grah Pravesham ceremony coming up next week. Guru Maharaj is coming 2 days from now. I have house guests coming to stay for 10 days in my home. So I'm like up to here.
Wow, Mataji, such a wonderful Gurudev is coming. Where do you live, Mataji?
Mayapur.
Oh, wow. Haribol, Mataji. Definitely, it is my dream to visit Mayapur. My mother-in-law lives in Kolkata, but I always go to Kolkata, but never get a chance to go to Mayapur. I was not earlier aware of that, but now I'm aware, but nobody's taking me there. So this time I said to my husband that this time at any cost, I'm going. If you're not coming, I'm going alone to Mayapur with my career.
Haribol! Mahaprabhu will arrange, don't worry.
Yes, Mataji, the miracles I have seen happens in my life so many times. Like Vrindavan trip was also unplanned to me. I was like dying to go to Vrindavan, but I saw devotees going Vrindavan, but with Kanhaiya is on spectrum, so it was difficult for me and to join the group. They have the schedule. I don't know I will follow the schedule with Kanhaiya or not, because it's just like unpredictable. But everything Krishna arranged, and I went to Vrindavan with my father. My father is old and he's not Krishna conscious, but now my father is chanting 8 rounds, Mataji. And he's just like, he wake up by 4 a.m. to chant. He had like kind of job to do at 4 a.m. every day. And so I took my father to Vrindavan and my son. And Mataji, I thought that I will go and just sit in a temple and I will just take a darshan and come back. This was my plan. I'll go to Bake Bihari. I just know Bake Bihari. I will go there. But as I reached there, unfortunately or fortunately, I was not aware of anything. But my husband booked a room in the Krishna Balram temple. So we were there, and Krishna arranged everything. I visited Barsana, I visited Nandagaon, I visited all the temples in Vrindavan, I did parikrama in Vrindavan, I did parikrama of Barsana. Everything I did, Mataji, which I was not expecting to do, like a bit of that with Kanhaiya and with my Papa, because Papa is old, Kanhaiya is on spectrum, but everything was so easily happened. It was all Krishna's mercy and Krishna's plan. I was just crying there, Mataji. When I was in Vrindavan, I literally was crying. That how I am so blessed. I cannot be, but I am so blessed.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, Mataji. But next time when I will come to Kolkata, I will definitely visit Mayapur and I will definitely want to take your darshan too.
Thank you. Please come and take darshan of Panchatattva. That's better than Sridevi Mataji's mug.
No, Mataji, Vaishnavas are like the desire tree. And their blessings, as you said, their blessings really matters most. So I really need blessings, Mataji, in my life. Like everybody's struggling. I'm struggling too. My husband was in Krishna consciousness, and like few years back, we joined together, but now he is not because he got cheated from some devotees. So now he's not in Krishna conscious. He left. So I'm alone struggling, Mataji. So I just want him to be back. I just want him to tell that not every devotee is same. There are so many nice devotees out there.
Right.
So,
It will happen.
Yeah.
It will happen in time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
yes, Mataji. Just I need the blessing of all the devotees and Guru Maharaj, and only because of the devotees' blessings, Mataji, it's all possible. Otherwise, I'm just a fallen soul. This family is just a fallen soul. I know this.
We are all fallen. We are all in
We're
this
all
together.
fallen, exactly.
And certainly we will keep you in our prayers. And we will
Thank
pray
you
for
so
the
much,
Lord.
Mataji.
He so desires to grant all the mercy to you, to your husband, to your child, to your family, so that everybody is, getting sheltered. Sure.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So, Mataji, I will message you.
Yeah, sure. You can message me. No worries. That's
Thank you so much, Mataji, for all your association. And I'm so happy to see all the sweet faces. I cannot show my face right now, but I'm so happy to see you all.
fine.
Thank you, Mataji.
Your desires are so strong that even Krishna fulfills it. So
Whoa.
No, Mataji, I know I don't deserve, but it's all blessings that's working.
that's true. We all feel that we don't deserve anything. This mercy is from Krishna, and Krishna is so merciful. So just keep a full faith in him. He's amazingly merciful. Whatever we have done in past, he just forgets everything and he just showers his mercy on everybody. That's it, baby.
Yes, Mataji, with Krishna's mercy now, like I was the first to come to Krishna consciousness. Now my sister is Krishna conscious, my father is Krishna conscious, my uncle is Krishna conscious, my auntie is Krishna conscious, my cousins are Krishna conscious. My bua, who was not doing any this Ekadashi, started Ekadashi. My two buas started Ekadashi. So, like,
Wow.
whenever I talk to them, I just talk about Krishna and just talk about the life. And and surprisingly, they agree with me, Mataji.
Oh, that's good. See, you've got so much of power. I don't. Okay, shall we do some chanting, Mataji?
Yeah,
Let's-
it would be nice to do some chanting if questions are over.
Yeah.
We can all
Any
chant
questions?
together.
Sorry. Any last minute questions or any comments? Please go ahead. I don't think so, but let's chant. Okay, I'll
Okay.
share the screen, and I might have to leave after some time, but I will make you host, Sridevimataji. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sukavaha. Thank you to all the devotees. My humble obeisances. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai
Yeah,
Guru.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Guru Maharaj
Hare
ki
Krishna.
Jai, Her Grace
Hare
Sri Mataji
Krishna.
ki Jai.
Bye. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Samyadatri. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Sridevi Mataji, do you want to share Srila Prabhupada's chanting? Your host now.
Okay. In your voice. Somebody else come?
I'm not able to share screen, Sukhavaha.
We can hear the chanting. We can hear the chanting.
I'm not able to screen share.
Oh, you can't? Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Let me share the screen then. Let me share it.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram